Hello all. In this lecture, we mainly study the common factors of two or more positive integers. Also, we discuss some important properties of these common factors. The first session of this chapter is greatest common divisor. Before that, before saying about greatest common divisor, first we check about the common factors or common divisors of two positive integers a and b. First, we consider the two numbers 12 and 18. We know that the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. And the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6 and 6, 9 and 18. Okay. Then from these two factors of 12 and 18, they have the common factors as 1, 2, 3 and 6. Similarly, for the numbers 36 and 27, when we take the factors or divisors, factors are also known as divisors. Divisors of 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. And factors of 27 are 1, 3, 9 and 27. Among these, the common factors are 1, 3 and 9. So, we have found the common divisors or common factors of two different positive integers a and b. Now we move on to, we check the greatest common divisor or greatest common factor. The greatest common divisor of two integers a and b, not both 0, is, the definition is, it is the largest positive integer that divides both a and b. It is denoted by open bracket a comma b. That means the GCD or greatest common divisor of the two integers is defined as it is the largest positive integer. Important notice that the largest integer which is always positive. So the GCD is always positive and it is largest integer that divides both a and b. So it should be a divisor of both a and b. That means it is a common divisor, and greatest means it is the largest common divisor. And one more thing is it is always a positive number or positive integer. So GCD of the two integers a and b, comma, not both 0. When both are 0, then there is nothing to say about the common divisor or common factor or greatest common divisor. The only divisors of 0 are 0 itself. So there is nothing to say. So not both 0 is, then the GCD will be, it is the largest positive integer that divides both a and b. And we denote it as open AB. And from the above example we already discussed, we have found that the common divisors of 12 and 18, common factors or common divisors of 12 and 18 were 1, 2, 3 and 6. Of these, from this, the greatest one is 6. So GCD of 12 and 6, we can say that GCD of 12 and 18 is 6. Similarly, GCD of 36 and 27, the greatest common divisor is 9. So GCD of 36, 27 is 9. Now we check another example, 12 and 25, GCD of 12 and 25. The factors of 12, we know that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. And factors of 25 are 1, 5 and 25. Among these, only the common factors are, it has only one common factor, that is 1 itself. So GCD will be equal to 1. And the same for 11 and 19. They also have no integers, no divisors other than 1 in common. So their GCD, greatest common divisor, is also 1. Now we move on to numbers which in which both are not. Up to this we have discussed only positive integers. Now we are calculating the negative GCD of negative integers also. For example, we consider minus 15, 25. So we know that for minus 15 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 3 plus or minus 5 plus or minus 15 are factors. and for 25 the factors are or divisors are 1, 5 and 25. So the common factors are 1 and 5. Common factors of minus 15 and 25 are 1 and 5. So among these the greatest one is 5. So minus 15, 25, it is the greatest factors is greatest common divisor is 5. You may also think that 25 can also be written as minus 5 into minus 5. So among this minus 5 is also a common divisor. Okay, that is okay, but in the case of when we consider the GCD, we are taking GCD, the definition itself says that GCD is the positive integer and it is the largest one. So when we consider minus 5 also, when we take minus 5 also in the common factors list, it is not the largest one. Largest one is 5, and one more thing is GCD can't be negative. So the answer is 5. Okay. And GCD of 3, 0, sorry, it is not 3, it is 0. GCD of 3, 0 is 0. Okay. Sorry, it is not a GCD of now GCD of 3, 0 is 3. How it is 3? Because the factors of 3 we know that it is 1 and 3, and factors of 0 can any number can be considered as a factor of 0 or divisor of 0. So 3 is also a divisor of 0, since 0 can be written as 0 into 3. That means 3 is also a divisor. So the greatest common divisor or greatest common factor is 3 itself. So GCD of any number with a 0 is the number itself, because 0 has any number as its factor. Okay, so this about the greatest common divisor. Then we can from these observations we can find that GCD of a comma minus b or minus a comma b and GCD of minus a minus b all are same and is equal to GCD of a comma b, where a and b are positive integers. Okay, and GCD of AB. And now one more question will arise is GCD of AB always exists for any two integers? If it always exists, or if it exists, it may unique or not. Such questions may arise. So first we consider the problem or the question, is GCD of AB always exist or not? The thing is that we can easily say that or easily prove that GCD of AB always exists for any two integers a and b. Okay. The reason is that we know that 1 is always a divisor of any number. So any number can be written as 1 into the number itself. So 1 is always a divisor. So there is a least common divisor or common factor for any two numbers, that is 1. Okay. So 1 is always a divisor. So it will be the least one, isn't it? Why it is the least one? Can any other number less than 1 be a be a GCD? No, because the GCD is by definition GCD is always positive and the least positive number is 1, and that means we can say that GCD is always that means common divisor for any two numbers. 1 is always a common divisor and it is the least common divisor for any two or three any number of numbers. Okay, 1 is always a common divisor. Okay, now if D is any common divisor, then D must be less than or equal to A and D must be less than or equal to B. Why? Divisor means that number, the A is a divisor of B, means B is equal to A into some integer, some positive integer, or let's be K1. So A is always less than or equal to B. That means if D is a divisor, common divisor of both A and B, then D must be less than or equal to A and D must be less than or equal to B. Okay. And then D must be, we can say that D must be less than or equal to minimum of A comma B. So D must be less than or equal to minimum of A comma B. That means the set of common factors, and minimum of A comma B is either A or B, and it is a number, finite number, that we already know. So when we consider the set of common divisors, that set is finite. So among them it is easy to find the largest one. So we can say that GCD of AB always exists. Okay, I will repeat once again. We are trying to prove GCD of AB always exists for any two integers A and B. For that, we first prove that there is a least common divisor for A and B, that is namely 1, because 1 divides both the numbers A and B. Now if D is any common divisor, we can say that D must be less than or equal to minimum of A comma B, and minimum of A comma B which is either A or B. That means the set of common factors. When we consider the set of common factors, every common factor is less than or equal to minimum of A comma B. That means the set of common factors will be a finite set. Finite set means it will have a maximum and a minimum number. That means the maximum is easy to find. So GCD of AB always exists. So we can, from these facts, we can symbolically define the GCD. That means the greatest common divisor or highest common factor. That means a positive integer. A positive, notice that the definition itself guarantee that the D must be a positive integer. A positive integer D is the GCD of two positive integers A and B if two conditions should satisfy. What are the two conditions? The integer D must divide A and D must divide B. That means D divides A and D divides B. If A and B have any other common factor, then that common factor should be less than this D, isn't it? That means by mathematically we can say that if D dash divides A and D dash divides B, D dash divides A means D dash divides A and D dash divides B means D dash is a common factor or common divisor of A and B. Then what is the relationship between D dash and D? D dash must be less than or equal to D. Then only D, the positive integer D, will be the GCD, greatest common divisor of A and B. So the number D, positive integer D, is said to be the GCD if two conditions hold. What are the two conditions? D must divide A and D must divide B. That means D should be a common factor of A and B, and D must be the largest one, isn't it? D must be the largest one. How that can we say mathematically? That means if there is another common divisor D dash, that means if D dash divides A and D dash divides B, then D dash must be less than or equal to D. Okay. So this is about the definition of GCD and some examples. In the next class, we will discuss about more properties of GCDs. So let's wind up here. Thank you.